First step is just to put in your email. Make sure to use an email that you check and that you use, because the thing is, they're going to send you updates on your application. And sometimes they're going to need you to make edits on the application before they can accept you. So it's important to keep an eye on this. So for this, I'm just going to use a random email here. There we go. Perfect. Totally legit. Heck yeah, there we go. So as you start here, the first section's really simple, right? Just going to be your first name, last name, country of birth, United States, subject. So here's something interesting about the subject. So this is something that is not super obvious about Preply, but you can only teach one subject. So if you pick something other than English here, you could do that, but the rest of the course is not going to apply to you, because you're not going to be able to pick English until you literally shut down that account. And we've had this with We Teach Remotely. People have picked another subject because they found it interesting, which is fair. There's a lot of cool subjects on here. I mean, you can actually teach Dota 2. How cool is that, right? But if you pick that, you're going to have to start over. You're going to have to create a whole nother account, and in some cases actually delete this account. So if you're trying to teach English, just pick English from the get-go, or else it's going to be tougher. So which language, right? Your native language. So assuming if your native language isn't English, then go ahead and pick something else and then add another language. So here's where you'll pick English, and you can put the level that you're at. Now, this is something that I would be generous about this, with yourself. And the reason why is because you want Preply to approve you. So this is not a time to downplay your own skills. You want to put yourself where you are, or maybe just a little step higher, just to position yourself on the right foot. So that's how I would approach it, and that's how I teach people to approach it. So put wherever you are, C1, C2, if you're native, great. And yeah, super simple. You don't have to worry about the phone number, it's not necessary. Then you confirm you're over 18, and that, and boom. So next section is a photo. And so at We Teach Remotely, we've created a photo guide, and that's going to be linked right in this lesson in the video here, or right underneath, I should say. So you can see that there's some examples of good photos, some examples of bad photos. You want to choose something, right? And they even have examples here, it's great, right? You want to choose something that fits you, and that's not too casual. You want to present yourself as professional, but friendly, depending on your target audience, right? Depending on who you're targeting as your ideal student. So you can see that resource underneath. And I also want to show you some ways you can actually get some ideas for your profile, and we'll do that next. So this is how you can start getting some ideas of what you want your profile to look like. Is you go right back to preply.com, and if you've already started your application, if you do it in a regular browser, it's going to take you right back to your application. So what you want to do is open another browser window in incognito mode, or I'm using Safari, so this is private mode. You can see it up. I should be able to see it up here. Or no, you can't because my face is in the way. But it's up at the top left, right? I open it in incognito mode. And so when you do that, it's not going to track you. So here, you can go down and find your tutor. So what you're going to be able to do, right? Select English. You want to learn English because you want to see other English tutors, right? And you can select here kind of where you're trying to specialize in if you already have something in mind. If you don't, that's totally okay. Go ahead and skip all the questions. And what this is going to give you is it's going to show you all the other tutors on Preply. So you can start looking through the profiles. You can start what the hell? Okay, that didn't work out. So this makes you want to log in. That's kind of dumb. Didn't do that before. Let's see. We'll choose myself. There we go. Okay, so click the choose myself option. That'll work. All right. So now you get shown all the different tutors. So what you can do is start seeing the tutors that are doing well And you can start seeing what they're doing on their profile to do well, right? So this is sorting by their top picks. It's pretty cool. That's the algorithm showing you tutors. Great. You can also sort this by only super tutors. So super tutors are doing well. So this is good. Now this is professional tutors. What professional tutor means on Preply, it's basically a fancy way of saying that they either have a TEFL or they have a degree in English or teaching. So that's all that means. So let's go ahead and just show super tutors. And then boom. So now you're seeing the guys that are doing well. 177 reviews, 4.9, $40 a session. Sounds good. So now what we can do, open him in another tab and see what he's doing. Right? You can see the profile photo he has. You can see the video he has. You can see all the different things he's doing here, and that's going to be really helpful. So, and this is something you can do to see who's doing well and what's going on. And you can, depending on the price you want to charge, you can see how you want to look starting out, right? $18, $18 an hour. You can see how she's positioned herself. $40 an hour. This is how he's done it. And you can also see what his description is, what he works in, what his specialty is. This is something you can do to get some more information. So the guide that is below is totally fine to start, but if you want to start doing some in-depth research, this is the way to do it. So I hope that's helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always leave them in the discussion portion, and I'll try to get to that as soon as I can. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful.